أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Our today's topic is Surah Talaq. I request Abdullah to recite Surah Talaq first.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا أيها النبي إذا طلقتم النساء فطلقوهن لعدتهن وأحصوا العدة واتقوا الله ربكم لا تخرجوهن من بيوتهن ولا يخرجن إلا أن يأتين بفاحشة مبينة وتلك حدود الله ومن يتعد حدود الله فقد ظلم نفسه لا تدري لعل الله يحدث بعد ذلك أمرا.
Next, Yusuf.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا أيها النبي إذا طلقتم النساء فطلقوهن لعدتهن وأحصوا العدة واتقوا الله ربكم لا تخرجوهن من بيوتهن ولا يخرجن إلا أن يأتين بفاحشة مبينة وتلك حدود الله ومن يتعد حدود الله فقد ظلم نفسه لا تدري لعل الله يحدث بعد ذلك أمرا.
Thank you. So this is verse number 1 of Surah Talaq. First Abdullah recited and next Yusuf also recited. So we'll just see first what exactly is Surah Talaq and what is different description about it. So first of all, if we see Surah Talaq, Abdullah, what is that? This is a Madni Surah. It has been revealed after Surah Ad-Dahr. The order in the Quran is 65 in recitation. When you see in the Quran, it's 65 number, but revelation order is 99. Okay, before it, 98 surahs already revealed.
Why is the surah not like in the order of range?
It's not, cannot be, because some part is revealed here, there. It's like that. Okay. So this is the order which Allah kept it in the preserved tablet. So same order has been maintained here in the Quran. Okay, but that was as per the circumstances. Revelation was as per the circumstances, whatever was happening. Abdullah, please, Yusuf, please, can you attend here? Okay, what is the number of this surah in Quran? 65. What is the order of revelation? Very good. What is the number of this surah in Quran, Abdullah?
65.
And what is order of revelation?
99.
Okay. What is the difference between Quran recitation and in the Quran recitation and the revelation order? What is the difference?
Recitation is the order of which one they decide first, and then revelation is
who decide first. This is in the preserved tablet which has kept Allah with him. This is the order of the recitation. Okay, this is what the Quran is kept in the preserved tablet which is Lohi Mahfuz. Okay, so now the name of this surah is also what? Talaq. And the title of its article is also okay, because it contains the rules of talaq. So what is talaq? We'll study this. Okay, we already see this, and now the rules laid down in these verses. Actually, it's not first time that Allah mentioned about talaq in Surah Talaq. Earlier surahs also have, there are certain verses, okay, which were revealed before this to deal with the issue of talaq. You know what is talaq?
divorce.
Divorce. Yusuf, you know what is talaq? What is talaq? Divorce. Divorce between father and mother. Okay, your father, your mother, or husband and wife. Okay, when they want to separate. what they should do. Is there any chance to separate or not to separate? All life they are fighting, quarreling, and they are not compatible. There are big problems between both of them. So can they all life fighting, living together with all the pains and troubles, or there is some rules Allah gave that you can easily separate and live your life of your choice? Okay, so this fact is called talaq. Okay, so that's why Allah has laid down the rules, okay, how to separate from each other. Okay, even you are in trouble, you are living together, so what is the purpose of life? Okay, you need to have a comfortable home where you can do all the good things and avoid the bad things. Okay, and build your next life to a good level. Okay, so that's why. So earlier verses gave some rules. Number one, a man can divorce his wife maximum of how many times?
3 times.
3 times. This is the rule.
What divorce?
Divorce means that he will leave his wife. He will say, I leave you, we will not live together. Understand? What they will say, we cannot live together. Okay, you live in your house, I live in my house. Different places. Understand, Yusuf?
Yeah.
Divorce, if you cannot live, suppose you got married, okay, later on when you will get married, you cannot get along with your wife. Okay, she is not obeying you, or you are not okay, both of you not compatible, there are problems, you're always fighting, quarreling, killing each other. So instead of doing that, just separate easily. Okay, so man can divorce his wife maximum of 3 times. One time he can say, okay, I leave you something, then again he can get her back. Okay, after this all the rules are laid. Second time also he can say, but he can get back, but third time he cannot get back. Okay, until married to the other husband. Okay, so this is the ruling. So in case of memorable divorce, the man has the right to return within the iddah. Okay, iddah is, yeah, what is the iddah? Iddah will come next.
What's memorable?
I mean, suppose as such a divorce which is not more than 3. Okay, it should be divorce number 1, divorce number 2, pass. Then he can get her back within the iddah. Iddah is the time period which we will discuss here now. If 3 divorces are granted, the right of the recourse is revoked, even if the spouse is not married to other husband and divorced. Okay, if until the wife is married to the, if already given three time divorce, okay, 3-time divorce, then the wife has to marry to some other person, and then only they can remarry, otherwise they cannot. Okay, this is simple rulings we are discussing, not going into details. In case of 1 or 2 divorces, the woman is married to the man, that is, she has the right of recourse. Okay, if there is 1 divorce or 2 divorce, then they can live together again. But if there is more than 2, then they cannot live together again. This we have to remember. Short, simple thing. In case of 3 divorces, iddah means, okay, now iddah, your question was, what is iddah? Iddah. What is iddah? Iddah means that woman cannot marry anyone else. The period, there is some period where woman cannot marry anyone else. He has to wait that period. That's called iddah period. Okay, what is that? Iddah. There is no iddah for a non-intermarried woman who is divorced and has not yet secured solitude, separation. Okay, there are 2 more things being said in this surah. This was about the earlier parts of the Quran where Allah mentioned about the divorce, and now in this surah Allah gave 2 more things to us. What are those things? And not that any of these laws are being repeated. Okay, can you read, Abdullah? What is this? Wise
methods and etiquette of divorce so that door to separation is closed.
door to separation. So there is, Allah gave some very, very wise rules and methods and etiquettes of divorce. Okay, so that the door to separation is closed. Allah don't want that you separate each other. He don't want. This is the most disliked thing to Allah, that once you marry and then you separate each other, because you have your children, you have so many things in common, you have settled house, everything there. I don't want that you separate. That's why He's giving you methods and etiquettes of divorce, so that you have to follow this stepwise process you have to do, and it's quite difficult process to pass. Okay, after passing this, if somebody really give the divorce, that is the process you have to follow. Otherwise, it's called biddah. It is not a divorce, but that is a biddah kind of divorce. That is wrong divorce. Okay. Okay. There is no iddah for a non-intermarried woman who is divorced and has not yet secured. We already discussed this thing. Then, in case of 3, we already discussed. Now is okay. Answers to the questions answered. Okay, in this surah, there are several other questions which come in our mind is answered. What will be the iddah of a woman who has stopped menstruating or who has not yet started menstruating in case of divorce? This is one question. Another one, if a pregnant woman gets divorced or her husband dies, what is the period of her iddah? Divorce, alimony, accommodation and breastfeeding. Who will take care of all these money? Who will pay the money? Who will take care of accommodation? Who will give the breastfeeding to the baby? Okay, so these questions need to be answered. Okay, husband dies, what will happen? When you divorce a woman, divorce them for their iddah. This is very important, which has been told in this surah. And divorce of iddah has two meanings. One of the meanings of this is to divorce, to start the iddah, that is to divorce at the time from which their iddah begins. Okay. And this is the case if a woman is not divorced while she is menstruating, because her iddah cannot begin with the menstruation. Okay, this is all about separation. Okay, separation of husband and wife. Okay, so that's what we are discussing in this surah, and we nearly complete this. Okay, this is many things were told before this surah in Quran. 7 rules we studied, and in this surah 2 more things are told. Allah gave us some methods and etiquettes and some manners of divorcing as your wives, and make it little bit difficult, not easy, because Allah don't like that you divorce your. I mean, this is the most disliked thing, because you're living together for whole of your life, and now you are separating. It's very difficult for your children. It's very difficult for your families. So Allah made some etiquettes. You have to follow those etiquettes, and during following these etiquettes, inshallah, you will return back. Divorce will not happen, because you will realize, if you wait for the iddah, there is some period. During that period, you can get your wife back if there is even little bit of concern and care for each other. Okay, so that's what Allah is saying. Allah is saying this is the most hated thing. Separation is most hated thing for Allah. Okay, that's why He gives some etiquettes and rules. So if you follow those rules, inshallah, this separation will not happen, and the children will not left alone. Not single father, single mother case will not come. Okay, so that's why we love our Quran. We love all these rulings. Okay, whatever is found in Quran, so that we can live a life which is a beautiful life. What kind of life? Beautiful life, without separation, without fighting, without troubles in the home. So this is all about Surah Talaq, which we discussed today. So what Allah don't like? Divorce. What Allah don't like? Separation of your father and mother. Allah don't want that your father and mother are separated. Father living some other place, mother living some other place. They are fighting and quarreling, doing such things. So Allah don't like. So He gives some very good rules you have to follow so that you will not separate each other. So here we end. Wa akhiru dawana. And alhamdulillah rabbil alameen. Wa sallallahu ta'ala ala khairi khalqihi. محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.